All right, we're on to the next episode of the map making series. We're ready to start doing animations on our doors. I'm sure you by now have imported several barns, objects, houses, whatever, and maybe some of those have animations on them. Maybe some of them don't. We're gonna start importing buildings with animations now. I'll show you how to bring those animated lines, those XML lines, over to our own animated objects XML. We'll test it out, and I will show you some other animated animations that I've done on my maps to increase the realism or do something unique with animated objects. I think this is something where you can get really creative. In fact, I haven't explored everything that you can do with animations, but I know how to do, make sliding doors and, shop doors open and close and garage doors and stuff like that. So we're gonna cover all of that in this episode. Okay, so let's get some doors on your barns. All right, so what I did is I took this shed from Lone Oak. Okay, now you can go to any one of my maps and you'll probably find doors that you can just pull off of buildings and bring those over. So like this door right here, I could have probably just exported this door alone. I wanted this shed because actually this shed kind of fits pretty neatly as a substitute for this shed in my map. So I was like, oh, well, I might as well bring the whole thing over. But it's a good lesson in organization as well, which I'll show you here in a bit. So you could just pull this whole door over if you want and just scale it to your barn or whatever your shed that you want to use it on. That's what most map makers do. You could do it that way, or you could take the whole building if you want the whole building in your map. Doesn't really matter. The animations it's the same process either way. So I brought the whole building over. You should absolutely tie your animations to bring those garage doors, other doors into the building's parent group and put them in this animation transform group that Bullet Bill did for Lone Oak. This is a fantastic way of doing it because it's organized. You know where the doors are. They're under animations in this transform group. I tend to get really messy with this. And when you scale this building, you won't have to go back and rescale the doors and everything. Everything will scale together. The doors will scale with how you set them. So if you scale the building up a little bit and make it a little bigger, the doors and everything else will follow with you. So that's really really nice and convenient way of setting it up. Okay, so set it up, make this transform group animations in your building, just put it into the building, and then whatever animated doors you're bringing in, import them in. Okay, so we have animated. Let's go back to Lone Oak. So let's look at this door. Let's look at one that's under the light. Yeah, there we go. Over here. Okay, so we got a door here. We're gonna go to Windows. You should open user attributes. I think I already have it opened up over here. User attributes. I have my panel over here. This is where I like to keep it. And again, if you want to move this panel, you can just do this, but I like to keep it over here. And so I'm clicking on roller door. Okay, there's nothing showing up under attributes. I'm going to click on big hall roll door 2. There we go. There are the attributes. Okay, so we have an index, we have an on create, and we have an XML file name. I'm gonna go ahead and open up. Let's see what's this is in map collection. Let's go FS19 underscore Lone Oak. That's not giving me what I want. Lone Oak / mod map. Maybe that'll. No, oh my lord, come on. So I'm just gonna open this up really quick to see to show you what the user attributes look like inside the map. Okay, so FS19 Lone Oak, there we go. I'm gonna open this up in Notepad quick. Okay, la da 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 da. It's gonna take a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna type in. I bet I can type in user attributes and it will find it. Okay, maybe not. User, there we go. Oh, it's a one word. Okay, cool. Thanks, Giants. Okay, so what we were just looking at. So let's see. These are all night lights. Let's see if there's a door animation in here. Here's a door animation. Okay, so this basically has three. Everything comes in threes apparently. This has three elements to it. Okay, this has a string type user attribute, the name of which is index, and it has a script callback. The type is named onCreate, and then it has a string called XML file name. So when you go into this, I bet I can recreate this really quick. So let me try to recreate this. So let's just pretend like we're doing this from scratch. Okay, so let's do. Okay, so I just exited out. I just got rid of all those attributes. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna create a string. So let's go down here, string. Okay. Then I'm gonna do, we're gonna call it index, name index, add. Okay, now I'm going to create a script callback, and that's gonna be onCreate. You have to spell all this correctly if you're doing this from scratch. So I'm just teaching you how to do it from scratch. You know, just in case you want to do it from scratch. Otherwise, you can copy and paste the lines over. I'll show you how to do that in a second as well. It's important to know both ways. onCreate script callback. Okay, now we need a string and XML file name. It's going to reference our XML. Okay, that's going to reference the XML. Okay, so I just created that. I'm sure we can just go down here and just, you know, which door is this? The second one, we can just go to this door and, you know, use the same index, copy, paste. I'm going to show you what the index is doing in the animated objects XML, by the way. So we'll get to that in a second. I'll show you what exactly that means. Here, 1 second. I'm going to copy that. So anything that's baked into a map that has to have these attributes, placeables are their animations are in the placeables XML. So they will not have these attributes. Okay, so our map objects have animated attributes, which I like more than the placeables, but I'll show you how to take a placeables animations and bring them over. Okay, so yep, okay, sorry. This is animated map object. I think in previous iterations of FS, it's animated object and it doesn't have map object. And that will pretty much ruin your animation. You need to have that map object. That was the change in FS19, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we have our onCreate script callback. Okay, animated map object onCreate. We have the index, what this animation is called. This is the name of the animation in the animated objects XML. And we have the XML file name. So where the actual animated objects XML is located. Okay, so that's just how you do that from scratch. Okay, if you get lost, if you need to animate something, that's how you do it from scratch. Okay, so let's move on to actually bringing over those animations over here. So let's just animate. Let's animate a couple of these. So let's do these all have the same animations? House door 2, house door 2, it's all the same, and then they should all have, what's roller door? That one doesn't have an animation. Did I accidentally? Oh, that's right. It has I had to go a step down for those. Okay, so big halt, yeah, those should all be the same. Yep, all the indexes are the same. That's good, because when we go and look for these lines, we're gonna be looking for this index, and it's just gonna be one line of animation. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of there. Let's go into. So I'm gonna go into our. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the tutorial map. I believe I put this in here for you. XML animated objects. You're gonna open that with Notepad. And right now, I don't think there's a space right now, but you want after annotation, put a space. Okay, save that. Okay, so keep that open. Okay, and I'm gonna go to the source. So how do I find the source of the animation? I'm gonna go into, I'm in Lone Oak right now. I'm gonna try to find the source of the location or the animation. So that's gonna be in maps / animated object XML. Okay, so let me go to the Lone Oak folder. Map collection. Let's see here. Lone Oak. Okay, it's gonna be in maps and animated objects right there. Perfect. Okay, so we have two animated object ones. One's empty, one's not. Okay, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just take all the buildings, you know, and all the animations and just copy and paste them over. That's lazy. Don't do that. Just a big convoluted animated object folder that you may run into errors with. Specifically, we are looking for only two animations because these doors, they all have the same index. That means we only need one line for them, and then we need one line for the roller doors because those all have the same index as well. Okay, so what does that index look like? Well, let's look at what they're called here. This one's house door. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that, house_door2. Go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna go Control F to find it. Bring this down. There we go. That's the animated line. And this is why having Notepad++ is super helpful, because you know the beginning and the end of that line is right here. Okay, so does this have sounds? This does have sounds with it as well. Okay, so let's just copy and paste this, and let's bring this over here. Okay, so we brought that door over. Okay, now let's bring over those roller doors as well. What are those called? Big hall. Let's copy paste that line. Copy. Let's go back to the Lone Oak XML. Paste. Oh, that's the immediate one after that. Ooh, that's a long one. Usually the roller doors, yeah, they will. The garage doors, they'll have lines that are gigantic because, you know, there's a lot going on with those doors. So copy. Okay, so now I'm gonna space underneath of that. Okay, good. I'm gonna click on the first animated object index right here and just make sure it has an ending. Yep, you should always have an ending, beginning and end, just like that. Looks like that. Okay. Cool beans. I'm going to put a separate space between those just so I can differentiate between them easier. Okay, so what is going on here? Let's look. So we have the index. Perfect. And that's house door 2. I mean, let's put a space here as well. There we go, so you can see that better. Okay, so house door 2. All right, perfect. That's the index that's being referenced down here under index right here. Okay, now it's saying, let's take a look, closer look. This is the animation duration. This is how long the animation takes, 1 second. And then part node 1. So this is telling which part of this object is going to be moving. Okay, so what's part node 1? Let's look. Let's go down here. Okay, let's look at this door right here. Let's click on the actual parent transform group where the index is named here. Okay, so part 1. So part 1 is going to be down here. Okay, this is part 0. This trigger is going to be part 0 in this parent group structure. And this is part 1. Okay, and let's see, let's actually, so let's look further. So a keyframe 0, it's at 0, 0, 0. Okay, so at no time, at 0 time, it's at 0, 0, 0, which is what it is right now. Now let's go in here. Let's at keyframe 1. So when the animation completes, basically the duration of the animation is 1 second. When it completes at the end, it's going to be at -87 on the Y. So this is X, Y, and Z. Okay, so we know that's the middle one is Y. Let's copy and paste that over here. What does that look like? That's what it looks like. So when is it? That's translate. We want to rotate Y. That's why I was like, wait, where'd it go? It's rotating by Y. There we go. Not translating, rotating. Okay, rotation. Pay attention to that line. I apologize. Translation now is different. This is translate. Okay, rotate and translate are different. Sliding doors are translating. Doors like this are rotating. shop doors and stuff like that. So this is what negative 87 looks like at the completion of the animation. This is what it's going to look like, and everything underneath this group is going to rotate with that parent group. Okay, so because it's all locked with this, so this sign is in that is in that parent structure that's rotating by 90 degrees. So it's going to rotate with it. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't do that and it's part of a different it's like it part of this parent group right here, then you're gonna have to come up with a completely different animation so that sign isn't like just sitting here floating in the air, right? So it's just better to just structure them that way. Okay, this also has, okay, so now we have the controls. This is what's gonna pop up when you walk into that trigger zone. So let's look at the trigger. This is the trigger, this box, it's called trigger. Okay, when you walk into this zone as a player, the message is going to appear in the top left corner to open the door. Okay, so we want to know where that that is located, and it's an activate hand tool trigger, and the action is going to be the text that posts is going to be open door when it's after it's open, closed door. Okay, so that trigger node is at 0. It's always going to be, unless you're redoing these animations. You could switch the order of these two. You really could. You could put the part node at 0. You would move this one, move up. See how the order is different? You can move that up, and now the part node is at 0 and the trigger is at 1, right? So this would be 0, this would be 1. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now a lot of these doors will come with sound. Sometimes it'll just be just one sound when it's open. But now this is position end. Is it position or positive end, negative end? I want to say it's positive and negative, because why would it say that? So this comes with sounds. These are in the data folder, so this is fine. But this one is located in an audio folder. Okay, and you can see like this comes with a loop. I've never done a loop. That I feel like that would be really annoying. You can adjust the volume right here. If some doors are really loud, you need to adjust the volume down. The radius, like how close you need to be to it for your player to hear it. And then fade out. That's like the edge of the radius when it fades out, and how quickly that fade out occurs. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go to audio / house door. We need to find that. Okay, I don't need to copy it. We need to find that because that's part of the audio of our door, right? So we need to go in here. Looks like he has an audio folder. That's fantastic. Some people aren't nearly that organized. Bill did a great job. Okay, what was it called? It's called house door. Okay, we need to copy that. Now this is in WAV format wave format. So I'm gonna bring that over here. Why don't we where's the tutorial map? There we go. Why don't we create a new group? We can name that audio. Let's put it in audio for now. Okay. Now, is this .web? Oh, it's an OGG. Okay, video. Okay. Okay, it should be fine then. So if you have have it in .wav format, you will need to convert it to .ogg. .og. Okay, and you can do that. There's plenty of converters online, so it'll still work, but it'll give you an error that's called raw audio format. I think is that the error in FS19. It just means you need to convert the audio over a different format. So I don't know if that just changed in 19 or what. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I always close out of that. Let's go back here. So the roll door is much more complex. So now we, obviously we have that completed and everything. Roll door, much more complex, a lot more moving parts. The reason why is, think about it. This is a garage door, and look how many parts this segment. So basically this animation needs to tell, I don't know who originally did this animation, but kudos, because this is, I would hate doing this. So over the course of this 7.5 seconds right here, over the course of this 7.5 seconds, and over the course from 0 to 1 keyframes, this is basically describing where these parts are, what these parts are doing. So what's part node 1? This is part node 1. So this is basically saying this is going to go up, up, up. So it's going to, so the first keyframe is going to go translate by that much. Okay, and then the next one's going to translate by that much, and it's going to go, it's going to go up, 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 and then over. The last translation is going to be, there's a rotate. So you see how it's not rotating yet, and then it rotates when it gets to the top. They rotate that door over, and each of these have different rotations. So like this one rotates earlier than the other ones, assuming the top one rotates immediately. There you go. So, and then it just probably translates backwards after that. So that's, these are way more complex. I would hate doing this from scratch, so I'm very happy to whoever did that by scratch. I'll show you some other animations that I did by scratch on Marksville. Okay, so we have a new ramp.wav. Okay, so let's find that in here. I wonder if, yeah, okay. I hope those work, or if I have to rename it to .ogg in the XML file. Yeah, if you convert it, then you'll definitely need to come back here and type OGG. Okay? Right now it's in WAV. Okay? So new ramp. Okay, let's go find that. Okay. Lone Oak. No, audio. New ramps. There we go. Copy. Let's go to our tutorial map. Again, messy desktop audio. Paste. Okay, now we got the audio source for both of these in here. And we should have, let's save this. We have the animations for both of them as well. I'm exiting out of the Lone Oak animation file, animated objects XML, and we should be good to go. We should be able to go add this in game and open them up. So I will cut the video here. I will I will exit out of here. I'll save this first, and then exit out of here, and then drag and drop this file into my mods folder, boot it up, and then I'll meet you on the other side when we have this, when we're looking at this in game. Okay, be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Before we jump into the game, I completely forgot. I need to change the location of the animated object XML. I forgot that we put it in a different location than we did than Bullet Bill has his XML. So we need to go here, click on that parent transform group with all the user attributes. We need to go into our tutorial map file. Excuse me. We need to look for the location of our animated objects. Okay, so that's in XML. Okay, it's in the XML file, animated objects with an S. Okay, so it's not in maps. Okay, so now we need to go down here, XML file name. We need to change the path here to XML. All right. Now we need to do that with this door as well, so we need to change this to XML. Now we can save it. So let's save it really quick. And now let's open up the game. Okay, we're back in the map. Let's go over here. Let's check our animation. Let's get the PDA out of the way. Let's check the animations on our doors. And I forgot to rotate this door back to where it was. That's supposed to be at 0, 0 rotation, 0, 0, 0, but that's okay. Look at in the top left, it says open door. We got sound. Perfect. Wonder if it has an end to the sound, if it sounds anything. Nope, doesn't say it. Doesn't sound like anything. So since this door is at -87, it's going to rotate another -87. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's not even going to move. This door will. Okay, so that rotated -87, or basically 90 degrees. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. So all the doors are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Does this one even have? Oh, I need to change the XML file location for all of the doors, not just one of them. But you guys understand what the basic concept is. Make sure you're changing the location of that your animated objects XML make sure you're changing that for all the doors, not just one of them. That's what I just did. So that's a little bit of noopsie. I'll go back and add that change to each door, not just one of them. Okay, so I wanted to show you a couple other animations that you can do. Dear Lord, I have so many. Got YouTube pulled up here. I got way too much stuff opened up. So this is one thing that I added to Lincoln Creek. This is a door that opens, that has a timing. It opens at a certain time of the day. So let's see if I have the animation pulled up here. Let's see, Lincoln Creek. There we go. What's it called again? Double Trap Gate. Okay. It's probably towards the bottom. Double Trap Gate. So this one has all of the same characteristics, but in a different order. All the same characteristics as the animations we just worked with, in a different order. It has that index up here. Has the hand tool, the sounds, the actual physical animation, and the controls. But it has this extra line here called opening hours. This opening hours line is when that door, or in this case a gate, will open and close. Okay, so I have it set to, it opens at 7 in the morning and it closes at, is this 7 at night? I want to say this is, yeah, no, this isn't 7 at night. I don't care. I'm not going to do math. It closes at that time. Okay. And close text default. Yep. So disable if closed, true. Yep. So all of this applies here. Funny thing is, when you open the map for the first time and you start off, I think it starts off around 8 o'clock. I want to say the map, yeah, I want to say that's the default time. These will, I believe they'll be automatically open, or they will be permanently closed. They won't open when you open the map for the first time. You just, reverse time with easy development tools to test it out. So like reverse back to like 6 o'clock and just speed up time until 7 o'clock and then they'll open. Okay, so that's one thing that I found with that one. So we have this biogate, this biogas gate from Hofburgman. So let's close out of this. Nope. So I got this biogas gate from Hofburgman. This animation is actually part of a placeable. If you want to carry this animation over, you just need to copy this animation here, bring it over, and then have the save ID, and then you'd have to, I believe, I don't think you'd have to add anything else. You just had to copy this animation over along with the physical object, and then you had to add attributes. Do you remember when we added attributes earlier in the lesson? You'd had to add the attributes to this gate. Okay, over here. See, it has no user attributes. You need to add that yourself. Okay, but this gate, let's see, the padlock on this gate. See how this has a padlock line here? The padlock on this gate disappears. So it has a visibility line here. So it's keyframe 0, visibility true, and that at 0.05 when the gate starts opening up, or halfway, close to after you click the button to open it up, that padlock right here, this will disappear. So I thought that was a really cool line that you could add. You could experiment with that if you want. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have this Hoop Barn by Random Sparks. Oh god, that's not supposed to be there. So he's got a little trigger here. He should have put a button here. I think that would have been helpful to find this. But you can remove this curtain. Okay, so let me show you. Do we have the Hoop Barn animation in here? And what is it labeled? Okay, curtain. Okay, so it's labeled as curtain in here. This is the line. There, visibility true, false, visibility true, false. So he's got two different things here. He's got two different parts that he's working with. So at 14.2.1, it's true, and after you click it, it's false. And then this object at 14.2.2, this is for placeables, but the concept still applies. After you click it, then it's visible. Okay, so you would click this, and then let's see, 14.2.1 would appear visible. 14.2.1, visibility false. Oh, it would be invisible. That doesn't seem right. Oh, you can open the curtain. Okay, so you're going to be opening the curtain when you press that. So this will disappear. This actual physical object, I'll pull it up here. These two physical objects will disappear when you have that line in there at that keyframe, and then this will appear. So in game, this will be basically invisible. It'll look like this, and then when you click that button, it'll go like this, and then this will be invisible, and that's what it'll look like after you've clicked the button. Super cool way of doing things with animations. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do. Those are just very basic stuff. I mean, there's things that you can turn on a fan. Like if you go to Hofburgman, there's so many crazy. That map has so many crazy different animations. It kind of blows my mind. Like turning on a fan or turning stuff on, which I need to add to my maps, which I've just been lazy and not done yet. So explore that, explore different maps and how they're doing that, mainly Hofburgman and maybe like Oxygen David's maps or something like that. Okay, Farmer Andy, I believe, is the maker of Hofburgman, and like he's just insane. So go check his stuff out. Okay, so we've got everything I think covered for animated objects. You can go ahead and make your own custom ones if you want. I think I covered some pretty neat ones that not many people know about. And yeah, so like this same concept applies to doors, it applies to gates, it applies to anything. The stuff that we did, you can apply it to anything, and the stuff that I added in there in the end, you can experiment with that. So all right, we're moving forward. Finally, we're gonna probably start making things functional. I have to do substantial work on this map now to get to the point where I can add like a sell point and some placeable animals and stuff like that. So I'm going to work on the map a little bit. You'll see that it'll be some time between this lesson and the next before I get that stuff added. So I will see you in the next episode. And I hope this was helpful. And yeah, good luck. Happy mapping. Happy animating. See you later.